Okay guys, I'm going to be reacting to a video I found which honestly just gave so many bad tips from a female's perspective on Reddit called Ladies, Why Do You Choose the Guy? I'm going to be listening to it and giving my takes. Let's go.
Women, what's the main difference you see between the guys who get the girls and the guys who don't? 1. Hygiene. Guys who clean the
We're already off to a good start, bro. Just take a shower.
frick up. We're not even talking about being clean shaven and having a decent haircut here. Just people who shower daily and generally use soap and shampoo instead of just letting it all hang out and relying on body spray and deodorant to stay fresh. Number 2, confidence. It's a
There, boys, you have it. The classic red pill meme. Just showering confidence. That's all you need. That's all you need.
stupid double standard, but it's one many women and many men are not interested in letting go of. Guys are expected to get the girl. Girls who don't put themselves out there are defended for it. Guys who don't are considered losers, betas, gammas, epsilons, deltas, and whatever else the hip young folks call guys who are more inward oriented. Number 3. Guys who are put together versus those who are not. For example, is the interior of your car clean?
Okay, I thought it was going to be a good point at first because it's true. If you're working on yourself, you're finally investing into a house, you're about to get a house, you have a business that's soon going to reach $1 million. Wow, good, you're a high value dude. That's going to raise your SMD so much. But is the inside of your car clean? Sober.
Do you dress like you dress yourself or your mom? Are your
Okay, I can respect the fashion maxing perspective.
clothes clean? When I step into your house, is it clean and orderly, or is it a complete mess? Do you cook, or does everything come out of a box? No one's saying you need to make a crown rack of lamb, but for the love of God, know how to make fried egg drunchies. Number 4. Guys who are worldly versus
Okay, what I want to understand is why can't people just address the true fact of the matter? It's like, try and better the way you look, okay? But I guess most people, if they see someone ugly, they just assume that's bad hygiene and bad habits and stuff that made that with clearly it's genetics in most cases. So why can't people just be like, focus on your physique, try and get yourself as good looking as possible because the stuff's not out there. Looks maxing is not a mainstream thing and that's pretty brutal. So all they can say is have your car clean, bro. Learn to make suave flambe of El Mignon.
those who are the one-trick pony. Following the previous point, when I step into your living space, am I going to be treated to a room that is full of World of Warcraft stuff and absolutely nothing else?
When I thought they were going to say worldly, it's someone who's like super obsessed with money and stuff like that and partying and doing drugs. But for worldly, they're using World of Warcraft. What the fuck of an example is that?
Like, for me, that'd be a home run, because while I'm usually quiet and reserved, I will never ever shut up if you get onto the subject of World of Warcraft. But if not, and if it's clear World of Warcraft is a huge passion for you, there's no room in there for a relationship. If she doesn't like it, that will be a boat anchor your relationship never escapes, because there's only so much negotiating around it you can do before you concede that she's not going to be interested
That's true, but still, what does that have to do with why she chose the guy?
in someone with such a burdensome hobby. Number 5. Aspirations and goals. While there are literally women out there who will live vicariously through the accomplishments of their husbands and claim partial responsibility, not unfounded either, for helping them reach it, there's far fewer who will stick around with a guy whose goal in life is to go from being the night shift stock clerk at the grocery store to being the night shift supervisor.
Unless he's Chad. And even then, let's be honest. But it's a true point. A woman is more attracted to a man who has passion and hobbies, but we're still dodging the true point. If there is that night clerk and he's a Chad, meanwhile the guy that's on his passion, developing his quad bike business, but he's a sub 5, doesn't really matter if that guy has a passion or not, at least in the case of those women. But it's definitely better. It's better. It's still a point up, people.
Asterisk. That guy who will legit be okay working the same retail job he had 10 years ago in another 10 years is going to find himself struggling, because at the end of the day, women are not interested in entering any sort of long-term relationship with a guy who's financially dangerous.
That's true. That's just another brutal black pill. So it ain't even just about reaching looks, believe it or not. A Chad will only be able to maintain or Chad light a woman for so long before, if of course he is poor and stuff, he gets mogged by a Chad Light or a Chad who actually is economically stable. Black Bill Jesse, shout out.
You might be able to live, barely, on wages hanging around the minimum wage, but that ain't retiring money. The grills you date have some serious expectations. Story 2. Looking after oneself. This amounts to basic hygiene, clean clothing, and simple maintenance,
Back to the beginning.
such as brushing one's hair, or if you have facial hair, keeping it trimmed and
Okay, boys, brush your hair. Let's go. There's hope.
tidy. Perfection isn't the key, just look like you did a bit more than roll out of bed. Being realistic in your expectations of who you're actually attractive to. If you're
Finally. There. A really good take. Okay, not because bad hygiene, all of that, but let's be honest, that's the stupidest advice people could give. That's advice, that's literally vice. But here, actually have normal standards that you can face if a girl's attractive to you. If you're a normie, they're out there. If you're a sub 5, sorry bro, that's pretty brutal.
unemployed and spend all your time playing video games, you're not likely to be attractive to someone that has ambitious career goals. If you are an overweight couch potato, chances are that you are not going to be a great prospect to someone that loves
Thank you. A lot of dudes, not all, but there's a lot of dudes that are overweight and have too high of a body fat percentage, so they should look like a big puffball, big ass Dorito if it was on crack. You gotta lose weight. A lot of you just gotta lose a lot of weight.
to exercise and or does a lot of activities outdoors. Gender role expectations. This one tends to be more subtle, as some guys don't realize that they have these internalized expectations, but keep in mind that you are both equals. Women do not
Okay, boys. We've reached that side of the internet.
have patience for a guy that expects his girlfriend/wife to be his maid or his mother, i.e., cook, clean, do laundry, do all the bills, or remind him about basic things like eat your
I don't think any guy expects that. Fuck.
veggies or see a doctor. Addendum, there's a difference between choosing to do these things and avoiding doing them because it's someone so-and-so's job. Women tend to prefer a guy that is secure in his masculinity and comfortable splitting chores. It's not emasculating to do laundry or help with dinner, nor for her to do more of the work outside if you're not really into yard work. Arrogant.
Okay, what is this? A fucking libtard Reddit forum? The fuck?
It's one thing to be confident, but cockiness tends to drive women away. Men that think they're God's gift to women or view them as
We'll clap the shit out of them if they're Chad and if they're sub 5 get accused by rape. There you go, you're welcome.
conquests are usually looked down on. Nice guys, trademark. Going on about the friend zone or a girl leading you on because she was nice to you is a surefire way to ensure nobody wants to be with you. Guys that have this view that we owe men sensual favors simply by virtue of a guy being nice.
We already know the answer to this. Nice guys aren't even nice. They're toxic and weird and stuff, especially beta orbiters. It's just a waste of time, dude. Don't do it, etc.
Are a huge turnoff. Women are allowed to turn down a date simply because they're not interested. They don't
Facts. It's true.
owe anyone a chance. I'm a nice person. Nice is boring. What else do you have to offer? Shared
There, that's a black pill truth. Nice is boring to a lot of girls. You need to have some edge. You need to have some dark triad.
hobbies, passion for a sport, artistic expression, etc. Also, for what it's worth, all of these tips apply to women as well, or to anyone with respect to their preferred gender. Be a dong. Don't be lazy, and be realistic in what you bring to the table. You are not owed love or sensual favors from anyone. The nice guy part is spot on. I've been friends with guys and had zero idea he had any romantic feelings, and then be ripped apart because I friend-zoned him.
Some of these girls out here delusional with their friends, with their guy friends. Literally, some of them are so delusional. You have to look at them and you know they're drooling all over them and masturbating to the IG every other night.
The girl who pays her own way, so it's not like I'm letting a guy take me to fancy dinners and acting like I didn't know he liked me.
A lot of you are. Not all, a lot.
We're talking about wings and beers while watching the game. Story 3. I've seen guy friends lock in and pursue ladies that were either uninterested or unachievable for really long periods of time. Like, I don't know, there's this narrative about the friend zone, but it's not that the lady friend zoned them. It's literally that guy is literally orbiting themselves around. Like, she's clearly not interested and already said no.
Look at that, even in lib lingo, they're exposing the orbiters. What the heck?
So he's basically a butthole who's making her more and more uncomfortable around him over time. And the victim complex their guy has about it is just the weirdest thing. So one thing any guy can do is to spend less time pursuing individuals who aren't interested. I've hung out with guys.
It's the same thing as before, but what we're trying to do is get advice on how to be the one that gets chosen and stuff, okay?
I would have slept with / boyfriended right then and there if they weren't swooning over someone who wasn't going to reciprocate. Other advice, use Tinder / OkCupid.
Okay, buddy. Of course the girl's gonna say to use a fucking dating app. Because use a dating app as a girl and you get a quadrillion likes, for those of you who don't know, and matches. Not the same thing for the average male.
I can't emphasize this enough. You don't go door to door handing your resumes in person anymore. It's weird. Same with dating. Don't holler at me in the streets. Find me online.
No comment, guys. We've touched on this before. Many other channels have touched on this before. If you know the black pill, no comment.
Also the same with finding a job. Networking is important. Networking is about finding real relationships, friends, coworkers, not dates. But like jobs, your network can sometimes get you a better job or date than the dating app. If you're not getting enough dates, you can't afford to try only one app or not networking. Also, networking doesn't mean harassing people for dates. It means forming natural relationships that can become dates or become, hey, my friend is single. You'd be surprised at how many people complain about being single but put zero effort into making connections possible.
Decent point.
Before the chance of ruining them, of course. Don't be afraid of rejection. Rejection is awesome. It's a
It's not awesome, but it does lead to awesome results.
chance to move on to someone new.
That's the stupidest way of coping for rejection I've ever seen. It's a chance to find someone new. It's a chance to find someone new.
Also, don't be a creeper. Don't be afraid to be single. Don't have stupid perspectives on women. If it's a role-play fetish, that's one thing. But if you genuinely believe women should be property or something stupid like that, then stay single forever. Anti-social justice warrior YouTubers can distort your idea of what positive male masculinity and positive feminism is supposed to be about by
Care to go into depth? Care to go into depth and explain that take? Yeah? Care to go into depth and explain that take?
parading endlessly fringe people. Overindulging in their vernacular can be a more modern version of the "go make me a sandwich" type sexism. Only this time it's just sexism under the guise of fake intellectualism. You will not appear smart to a woman. The red pill isn't flawless dating advice, but it is very good birth control. Story 4.
That's a pretty big roast.
These observations are for both men and women. I've seen the following in both who are unsuccessful.
By the way, guys, these lib girls, they don't need birth control for obvious reasons because they just kill the baby.
I use the general you here. Just not putting yourself in a position to meet anyone. I'm super introverted, so I get it. But if your whole life is sleep, work, gym, TV, sleep, you're not going to get anywhere. Not taking care of yourself. Bad hygiene, sloppy appearance, etc. Wanting qualities in a partner that you
I can't, boys. I really wanted to react to a lot of this video, not the whole thing, but I can't. I can't, and I don't think you guys can anyway. I can't even struggle on to try and stretch it out. It's autism. It's autism. It's really autism. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I can't. Bye.